I've been having a lot of burnout recently. I haven't really been drawing that much because I've been working a lot on my film right now. Anyone that's been watching my YouTube channel for a little bit knows that I'm working on a stop motion film that I've been working on for a pretty long time now. And there's been a lot of moments where I felt like I didn't really want to work on it anymore, but then I just keep going because there's a lot of other outlets that I have that I can kind of get my other creative expression through, such as drawing. And right now I'm just kind of showing a video of like a new character I've been working on, just like some random pen sketches that I'm kind of making of this new guy. So yeah, this video is just kind of weird because I kind of just felt like sitting down and just talking to a microphone, just talking about this new character that I kind of just came up with last night, just like randomly out of nowhere, and I just drew him. I made like another drawing of him last night, and I just drew up this one actually just now, and I'm just gonna talk about it for a little bit while the footage of me drawing the rest of it at least plays. The reason that like the footage kind of just starts with the character being mainly already drawn, I guess at least sketched out, it's just because I started drawing him already, and then I just I started drawing him already, and I just had the idea to just start recording it because I've been watching a lot of videos of just artists just drawing just characters or fan art and stuff like that, and just talking about stuff that's been going on in their creative experiences with art and stuff like that. And I've just been listening to a lot of videos like that while working on my film and just doing other stuff really. So I've just kind of been inspired to do the same, and it's just kind of like a new kind of content that I thought I would try out. I thought it'd just be kind of fun just to not have to worry about writing a script or anything, which you can probably tell just because I'm not very deliberate in how I'm talking right now, and I'm not delivering a lot of well-formulated sentences, I guess. You can tell. But yeah, so I'm just talking. But yeah, for this character, I just came up with him last night. Really, I was just really bored, and I didn't want to work on my film, and I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to like take photos of like the forest or anything. So I was just thinking to myself of what I wanted to do because I didn't really feel like playing BioShock or anything like that. So yeah, I just sat down and opened a freshly bought sketchpad, and I just started going at it. And I came up with this character that I think is actually super cool. So I've come up with a few names for this guy, honestly. I had this one idea of calling him like the ring bearer or something like that, but then I was like, oh well, he doesn't really have a lot of jewelry, it's kind of just the rings on his fingers, so I feel like having the name kind of just based off like the few rings that he has doesn't make sense. But my original idea for the guy, which is like the whole kind of weird aspect of him and like his design as a whole, just like the way that he would fight, because I like drawing like monsters and stuff like that. They usually have to incorporate some like scary or like action format really. So this guy would probably just be like someone who fights, just like some sort of like assassin or something like that. I kind of see him as being like some like wise kind of like mystical dude that's like super ominous. He doesn't really talk, which I think is really cool because like the mask that I came up with has like four different mouths that kind of just goes like chin after chin, even though it doesn't talk. It's kind of just like a concealed steel mask, which is really cool to me. Yeah, but anyway, I'm getting off topic. I was talking about I think the main idea for this guy was that his fingers are actually like weapons. Like that is, his hands are like made of metal basically, and that he's not really even like a person. He's just basically just casted steel really, and his fingers, the top joints of his fingers kind of disconnect from the rest of his hands, and they're connected by like the super kind of flimsy like silk, like there's like these like silk ribbons, and then the end of his fingernails, well, like the end of his fingers have long nails that are like super sharp. So I guess the end of his fingers would detach, and they would kind of just be like these weapons that are basically just like, they're just the ends of his fingers, but they're like on these very thin, kind of like razor ribbons, which I thought was a really cool idea, that he would just like use, you know, obviously just like spin them around and stuff like that, which I thought would just be really cool looking. If I were to ever turn this guy into like a moving character, which I probably wouldn't, you know, I'm just making this video just because I just thought this sketch was cool, and I just kind of just feel like talking into a microphone right now. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm inking him. Whoa, that sounded weird. Right now I did the main sketch with my trusted mechanical pencil, because I don't have normal pencils, or at least I don't like using them for some reason. I just use mechanical pencils for some reason, and then I go over my sketches with pen, with a, like, actual drawing liner, which is nice, rather than just a crappy mechanical pencil. But yeah, so doing some shading, some stuff like that. I've been trying to get more into like, I've been trying to like change how I draw a lot recently, or at least kind of like, I've been trying to kind of develop my art style more, because I think over the years I've kind of gotten so used to just like drawing other people's art, in a sense, kind of just like mimicking like Five Nights at Freddy's art, because I used to draw like Five Nights at Freddy's characters a lot, really, like, you know, or just like monsters in general, and I would just always try and copy other people's kind of ideas, which of course, like, is, you know, which isn't a bad thing. It's all inspiration, and obviously any artist needs inspiration from something, you know, and a lot of my inspiration just comes from like seeing other people's really cool drawings. I'm like, oh, like, that's really cool, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, this guy, I just drew up his head. I just drew his head, and it just all went from there. There really wasn't any planning with this guy, but other than like the ribbon thing, other than like his fingers being weapons, that's really all that came from it originally. Because other than that, there really wasn't much else. But yeah, I guess like talking about his like character design a little bit. I really like the idea of this guy. He's just kind of like, you know, like I said, he was kind of just like cast in steel. Like, his entire body is either covered in like armor or like leather or something like that, and like his face is completely covered in this like casted steel mask that you can't see through, you know. Like, there's all these eye holes, but like it's just darkness, you know. You have no idea what he looks like, or even maybe that's just his face, you know. It's like you don't know really. Yeah, you know, it's I think it's really cool. I think it's a very cool design so far, you know, just like kind of just randomly sketching. I think the second drawing, the one that is like the main footage right now, the one that I mainly recorded, is definitely turning out a lot more solid than my first drawing, because my first sketch of the guy, of this character, you know, I was just making like random body parts up, and it all ended up turning out pretty good, which is kind of funny, because it usually doesn't work for me. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really drawn for a pretty long time, honestly. I like my last sketch pad, it's like halfway full, and I'm usually the one that fills up sketch pads, honestly. Like, when I was younger, I used to just like fill a few pages, and then I'd be like, and I throw it out, and then I would just get like a new one, because it always just felt good to just have like a new sketch pad to start out with, you know. But like yeah, but I mean, like, more, at least like in like the past like 2 years, like every sketch pad that I've had, I've always been able to fill it up just like with ideas, because usually during the school year I'd always be able to draw like maybe like one or like, you know, never really, but, you know, maybe like 2 things a day, and like a school day, just because I was like bored during an art class or something like that, you know. And, you know, recently, just while like working on the film and stuff like that, I haven't really given myself much time to just like sit down and just like draw whatever I want. So this has really been a really fun thing for me to do. But yeah, right now I'm just, as you can see from the video, I'm starting to color the guy in, because I've just started kind of using like colors in my drawings, you know. I'm not really used to using like actual colors for any of my character designs or anything like that, and it's really fun like actually just using like markers, because I used to just use like colored pencils, and I think that's really what like made me not want to color my characters, because I don't know why I only ever had like colored pencils in my life to like color anything in. So then like colored pencils are obviously amazing tools for like drawings, but you know, they were never like really my things, and they were always very very hard for me to use and get used to. So I eventually I found some markers that only have like a few colors, maybe like 9 different colors, that are all basically just different shades of like yellows and like greens and like blues, basically very 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 simple colors. And these are the markers that I've probably maybe had for like a few months, and they're really the only ones I've ever like actually genuinely tried to color characters with, which I've had a lot of fun doing. So yeah, for this guy, I've been incorporating like yellows and reds and greens, more like they're all very earthy tones, you know. And I think the colors really like make him pop as like a character. This very lively, even though he's such like a weird, mysterious figure, at least to me, you know. Maybe he doesn't give off that same kind of vibe to anyone else watching this, but to me, he kind of comes off as like a mysterious, kind of like ominous figure out in the distance that like never really interacts with anyone, you know, unless he has to, or unless, you know, maybe he has some sort of underlying motive or something like that, you know. I'm just coming up with like possible ideas if I were to ever incorporate him into like a plot or something like that, you know. But yeah, I mean, like all these tones, like they're very colorful, and it's very very nice to look at. That's very appealing colors for me. I've always loved these kind of tones and all these kind of colors, and I think they naturally work really well for this guy's design anyway. Like, even though these colors are basically all I have to work with, I think they work really really well for what I was trying to get out of this guy, even though, you know, getting what I didn't even know I wanted from this character, really, you know. But yeah, I think a lot of this video is just going to be me kind of popping in every now and then, just talking about different segments of the drawing and stuff like that. I'm not going to be talking the whole time. I just let the music kind of do its thing. And yeah, I'll talk about different kind of aspects that are appearing every now and then. Well, I guess I just talk about like right now, like I'm coloring the thorns in right now. The thorns, I don't really know why they're there, but I just thought they were really cool. Like I've always had like a distinct liking for like the visual look of like jagged shapes and stuff like that, and that probably comes from like me loving like the Hellboy series, all the art of stuff like that, all the illustrations of like Hellboy. And there's another comic that I really like that has like that same art style for the cover. I think it's called like Baltimore or something like that. It's really 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 good. The artist though, he's been a big inspiration for like what I'm trying to go for, but not even purposefully. It's just kind of the art style that I naturally kind of incline towards nowadays, you know. Just on the rare occasions that I draw a character or something like that, I always try and go for that kind of like shading style, or kind of switch it up every now and then, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I mean, the whole thorn thing was just like, oh, well, I think thorns are cool, I'm gonna put them in there. But like, you know, that's basically every aspect of this guy. Because I didn't really I wasn't really thinking while drawing. I was up super super late last night. I probably wasn't supposed to be. I shouldn't be up that late. I'm not gonna go to bed that late anymore. But yeah, I just got really into drawing this guy and designing a completely new character. It's just nice to just start fresh and just make something new, rather than trying to like force myself to stay in like a certain bubble of like characters that I've already made, you know. And kind of just come up with like something like completely different and like something new that I've never really done, at least in terms of like color and stuff like that. And I guess like even in body shape, because in my first drawing, looking back at that, like the guy's body is super like cubey, you know. And a lot of my drawings, a lot of my characters are super like slim. They're either like all slim, or like they're all like big and like a very tough looking, you know. But But I guess for this guy, it's like his lower body is like super, super thick, and then his arms are like kind of like thin and skinny looking. But I've never really like drawn something like that, and I think it's a really cool kind of way to like, you know, obviously design characters, which is something that everyone knows. It's just like something that I've like now discovered, which is kind of sad for me to say, but you know, I think it's really cool. Yeah, I mean, and then this sketch right here, the one that I'm doing right now, this is just, I just wanted to keep drawing, you know, even though I just finished the second drawing of the character. I just wanted to keep drawing, so I wanted to kind of incorporate the whole idea of his hands being weapons, and I wanted to kind of showcase that in this page, you know, because I you know, obviously don't want to have both those pages be filled just by that guy's shoulder, you know. So, you know, I'm using my hand. You can see my finger poking from the left side of the screen, but that's just, I'm just using my hand as a reference for the sketch, of course. Here, when when I finish the line work of the hand sketch, you can see that I'm putting these lines because these are going to be like the cutoffs of the fingers when the fingers detach from his hand and the ribbons come out. So I'm just cutting off the tip of the fingers that I sketched of myself, and I'll erase those, and then I'll incorporate the ribbons kind of hanging down. You can see on the top right of the page, on the top right of the right page, you can see I did another sketch of the guy's hand last night. This time the ribbons aren't hanging down. I never actually finished that sketch. I just sketched it out, and then I decided to go to bed finally. Yeah, I never actually added to that hand, just because I don't know why I drew in the first place. Because my original intention with that hand was that I would draw the ribbons, and then I drew it and wasn't even thinking about the ribbons, and then I finished it. I was like, oh, that kind of defeats the purpose of the sketch. So I just ended up not finishing it, and that's why I'm drawing this hand right here, because this hand is actually showcasing the ribbons coming out of his fingertips. And while I'm finishing up this final part of the drawing, I guess I should probably go back to what I was originally talking about in the beginning of the video, which was like the kind of lore and like the names I was trying to come up with. One of the names, like I mentioned, would be like the Ring Bearer, but I don't really know if that really fits. I think it'd be cooler if it had to do something with like his fingers like popping off, you know, because obviously that's kind of like the main visual intrigue of the guy, other than his freaky head. It's like the fact that his fingers are like the weapons, so I thought it'd be something cool like Mr. Ring Bearer or something like that. I don't know if that's weird. I feel like Mr. would kind of just make it like weird, but in like a cool way, you know? Or just like the Ring Bearer. I feel like bearer just sounds really cool and like mysterious, you know? Oh, not Ring Bearer, Finger Bearer, yeah. Finger Bearer. Finger Bearer. That's not weird. Is it? No, I don't think so. No, it's fine. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Ring Bearer. That sounds kind of cool to me. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, oof. I mean, if you have any like cool like names for him, please like comment some cool ideas and name ideas for this character. I would love to like see any and read any, and obviously, like, you know, if you have any cool ideas for like maybe lore or something that can be attached to this guy, I would love to go further with kind of just his story, you know, and I would love to kind of make like a cool sort of, I guess, like a collection of people's thoughts of like what this guy's story could be, or like who he is, or like what he did, or like why he looks like this, or why he's wearing this even, or, you know, what he is, you know. I think something like that would be really, really cool. And yeah, that would be really cool. So, you know, feel free to comment some like cool ideas or anything like that, you know. Yeah, so here they are. These are the two final sketches of my character that I kind of just threw up in these two days. Yeah, I mean, I hope you just kind of listen. I hope you just kind of just listen to me ramble about stuff that doesn't matter. But, you know, I hope you've enjoyed the design so far. This is a really, really like weird video because I've obviously never done anything like this before, just me talking to a mic. And I know it's probably not very entertaining, and, you know, I was thinking that at least when I listen to videos or watch videos like this, I usually have stuff going on that I'm working on while I just listen to videos like this, you know. So yeah, I mean, I really hope you enjoy kind of just like the random character design that I just kind of just threw out there. And I think it looks really cool, and I think it's really cool looking character. It's a very cool idea that I just randomly had, and I, you know, can't wait to expand on him if I ever do, or, you know, maybe he'll just fall back into obscurity of another one of my many drawing pads, you know. Yeah, I mean, if you want to see kind of more just random videos like this of me just drawing kind of figures, characters that I've just come up with out of my mind, you know, I would love to just showcase kind of just like random sketches of character designs that I've had, stuff like that, and stuff that I'll probably just design in the future. Alright, and with that, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you really liked the design, and if you don't, that's okay. Just comment why and like the video. Okay, bye. God bless.